Arbitrage, the practice of exploiting price differences of the same asset in different markets or forms to make a risk-free profit. Blue chip stocks, stocks of well-established companies with a history of stable performance, often leaders in their respective industries. Call option, a contract that gives the holder the right, but not the obligation, to buy a specific quantity of an underlying asset at a predetermined price within a certain time frame. Dividend yield, the annual dividend income received from an investment, expressed as a percentage of the investment's current market price. Exchange-traded fund, ETF, a type of investment fund that holds a diversified portfolio of assets, usually tracking an index, and is traded on stock exchanges. Float, the number of shares of a company's stock available for trading by the public, excluding shares held by insiders or major stakeholders. Growth stock, a stock of a company that is expected to have above-average earnings growth in the future, often at the cost of paying dividends. High-frequency trading, a trading strategy that involves executing a large number of trades in very short time frames using advanced algorithms. Intrinsic value, the inherent value of an asset, often used in the context of options, where it represents the difference between the current stock price and the option's strike price. Junk bond, a high-yield, high-risk bond issued by companies with lower credit ratings. Keynesian economics, an economic theory emphasizing the role of government intervention in managing economic fluctuations through fiscal and monetary policies. Limit order, an order to buy or sell a security at a specified price or better. Market capitalization, the total value of a company's outstanding shares of stock, calculated by multiplying the stock price by the number of shares. Naked short selling, selling shares of a security without actually borrowing or owning them, often leading to regulatory concerns. Overbought, a condition where the price of a security has risen too quickly and is potentially due for a price correction. Portfolio diversification, spreading investments across different assets to reduce risk by not relying on the performance of a single asset. Quiet period, a period when insiders of a company, usually after an IPO, are restricted from making public statements about the company. Return on equity, ROE, a financial ratio that measures a company's profitability by showing how much profit is generated for each dollar of shareholders' equity. Sector rotation, a strategy where investors shift their investments between different sectors of the economy to capitalize on changing market trends. Technical analysis, a method of evaluating securities based on historical price and trading volume patterns to predict future price movements. Underlying asset, the asset on which a derivative contract, like an option or futures contract, is based. Value investing, a strategy of selecting stocks that appear to be undervalued based on fundamental analysis and a company's intrinsic value. Whale, an individual or entity that holds a significant amount of a specific asset, often having the potential to influence its price. Year-to-date, YTD, the period from the beginning of the calendar year to the present date. Zero coupon bond, a bond that does not make regular interest payments but is instead issued at a discount and matures at its face value. Alpha, a measure of an investment's performance compared to a benchmark, reflecting the excess return generated by the investment manager's skill. Beta, a measure of a stock's volatility in relation to the overall market's volatility. Candlestick chart, a type of chart used in technical analysis that displays the open, high, low, and close prices of a security over a specific time period. Dead cat bounce, a temporary recovery in the price of a declining stock, often followed by a further decline. Earnings per share, EPS, a financial metric calculated as a company's net earnings divided by its outstanding shares, indicating its profitability on a per-share basis. Fibonacci retracement, a technical analysis tool that uses horizontal lines to indicate potential support and resistance levels based on the Fibonacci sequence. Golden cross, a technical analysis pattern where a short-term moving average crosses above a long-term moving average, indicating a potential bullish trend. Head and shoulders pattern, a technical chart pattern signaling a reversal from an uptrend to a downtrend, consisting of 3 peaks, with the middle one higher, the head, and the other 2 lower, the shoulders. Inflation hedge, an investment that retains its value or increases in value during times of inflation. Junk stocks, stocks of companies with questionable financials or weak fundamentals. Long position, owning a security with the expectation that its value will increase. Margin call, a demand from a broker for an investor to deposit additional funds to cover potential losses in a margin account. Naked option, selling an option contract without holding a position in the underlying asset. Panic selling, rapid and widespread selling of assets due to fear and market uncertainty. Risk management, strategies and techniques to mitigate potential losses in investments. Short selling, selling a security that the seller does not own, with the intention of buying it back at a lower price. Technical indicator, a mathematical calculation based on historical price, volume, or open interest data used to forecast future market movements. Volatility index, VIX, a measure of market volatility often referred to as the fear index. Yield curve, a graphical representation of interest rates on debt securities of different maturities, showing the relationship between yields and maturity dates. Bear market, a prolonged period of declining stock prices, often unaccompanied by negative investor sentiment. Circuit breaker, mechanisms designed to temporarily halt trading during extreme market declines to prevent further panic selling. Dividend aristocrat, a company that has consistently increased its dividend payments for a certain number of years. Earnings report, a company's official financial statement that provides information on its revenue, expenses, and net income for a specific period. Fundamental analysis, evaluating a company's financial statements, industry trends, management quality, and other factors to determine its intrinsic value and potential for growth.